For 8 years, my ex and I loved each other very much. This is the story of how we broke up. When I told Tyler about my crush on Max, he said, "It's okay, I trust you." And I started making plans to hang out with the other people that I met that night. I had also met this guy named Kevin who's really cool, and we went and saw Black Swan at Lincoln Center. Like, it was a free outdoor movie. It was really cool. And while we were there, I saw an advertisement that they were doing another movie, Before Sunrise. They were going to have Before Sunrise and Before Sunset playing outdoors at Lincoln Center, which, as you guys know, is my favorite movie. First, I asked Tyler if he wanted to go see it with me, and he wasn't free for the Thursday night show, but he was free for the Friday night show. And I asked a bunch of other friends if they wanted to come with me on the Thursday night show, and the only person who was free to come with me was Max. Max and I got food before we went and saw the movie, and I remember sitting down and us looking at each other and saying, "Well, I have a boyfriend, and you're moving back to LA in a month, so nothing's gonna happen here. We might never see each other again." We kind of threw ourselves right into deep conversation, and he told me all about his childhood trauma and his past relationships, and I was so impressed that someone could be so vulnerable and open. I was like that, but I hadn't really met other people like that before. Like, I was like that with my girlfriends, but not with, men. I'd never met a man like that. 3 things stood out to me that made my crush on him wear off. 1, this kid was pretty spoiled. I came from nothing and worked my way up to get everything that I had, and this kid had just always had, and he kind of felt entitled. 2, he talked a lot about his ex-girlfriend, and he told me about all these horrible things that he did to her, and I was impressed with his self-awareness, and he seemed to be really regretful about this, but I was just like, wow, I would never want to be with somebody who is capable of being that mean to someone they love. And 3, there was some serious, weird family dynamics. I'm not going to tell his story, but I was just like, don't want anything to do with that. Also, I realized that when he wasn't drinking, he wasn't quite as charming and bright as he was the night that I met him. And he also wasn't that cute. But he really liked me, and he made me feel really special, and he showered me with these compliments, and I don't know, I just felt really light and bright and flirty still. When we got to the movie, I remember sitting next to him and seeing how much bigger his legs were than mine and really liking that because Tyler's legs were smaller than mine. There was a really eye-opening moment when he asked me what my Roman Empire was, what thought just went through my head all the time. And I realized that the thought that takes up most of my brain power is the fact that I'm questioning whether my relationship is right for me, mostly because I want kids and my ex-boyfriend at the time didn't. Max goes on to tell me how certain he is that he wants kids, and I remember thinking, damn, maybe there actually is someone else better for me out there who wants the same things that I want. I cried so much while watching that movie because I knew that connection that I used to have with Tyler was never coming back, and I was watching it on screen and I was missing that. After the movie, Max and I walked around Manhattan a lot. Not because I wanted to spend more time with him, but because I just didn't want to go home. I was really impressed with his self-awareness and his vulnerability and his willingness to be open with me. I really enjoyed flirting with him, but I could tell that he liked me more than I liked him, and so I remember when we said goodbye at the subway and we hugged, I told him, "Look, don't kiss me." And I said this for 2 reasons. 1, because that was my boundary with Tyler, or Tyler's boundary with me, and 2, because I genuinely didn't want to kiss him. I liked the attention, I liked the flirting, but I didn't really like him that much. He was just kind of a mirror for me, and he was a friend, and he was showing me what else was possible. If I could say one thing to that version of myself, it would be, I love you, and it is not a bad thing that Max was a catalyst to your relationship with Tyler ending. It's okay that you liked Max a little bit. And it's also okay that you liked flirting with him, even though you didn't like him all the way. There's nothing wrong with you. You're navigating a really difficult time. Follow along to see what happens the next day when Tyler and I watch the second movie.